In the Norman part of the 11th century, Eridge Rock was originally known as Waterdown Forest. With historical reference made in the Domesday Survey, this place was first confiscated by William the Conqueror and then given to his brother Odo. By 1400 this place was of little value and known as New Park. By 1410 Richard Beauchamp, Earl of Warwick, had come into possession of Waterdown Forest. It then passed on to the Neville family, the Earls of Abergavenny, who still own it to this very day. This place was visited by Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth, who stayed here for 6 days back in 1573. The popularity had grown by 1630 with the discovery of the Chalybeate Springs, which had brought many travellers from far around to see if the springs had curative powers. So really a little magical place in Kent, like our own version of Lourdes. But the Nevilles, perhaps wanting to preserve this area, promoted the Tunbridge Wells Springs instead for people to go to. So I guess back then that people just went for the most magical type of water that people directed them to. By 1822, the second Earl of Abergavenny had expanded this park to nearly 2,000 acres and designated it a landscape plan. With the intention of making this whole place into an estate, he rebuilt most of the cottages that were here. For many travellers, it was odd to find substantial cliffs and a sandstone outcrop tucked away in the high weald of East Sussex towering above them. And it is impressive to behold. Some of the boulders here reach as high as 10 metres. And they have their own scientific interest, with them being over 135 million years old. This has led to a variety of weathering effects which make the outside look like a honeycomb to these rocks, which basically have a soft, moist core. This has also resulted in some strange plants growing here, like beech, yew and holly. 138 million years ago, the seasonal rivers brought down the silty sands from the dry lands just north of London. The Victorians started to see this place as a great place to bring a picnic hamper, so to make it more special, they started planting conifers and rhododendrons, which have all been excavated now. Excavations have shown that early humans have used the small caves for shelter when hunting game. These days, however, you'll probably be avoiding all the dog feces and seeing all the great graffiti, and trust me, it's no Banksy. But rest assured that these rocks and the surrounding woods are well worth your time and your travelling efforts. Hope you come down and see Eridge Rocks.
There's more to our story. Baby, open up to me. Don't give up so easily. Open up your eyes and see. There's more to our story. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging on. Baby, open up to me. Don't give up so easily. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging on.
About the reserve. Hidden away from the main road, these sandstone rocks are a distinctive feature of the High Weald. Stretching for over 800 metres and reaching 10 metres high, they are important in their own right as geological features, but also home to a suite of lower plants, including many rare mosses, liverworts and lichens, known only as bryophytes. Surrounding the rocks is semi-natural ancient woodland, a mixture of sweet chestnut, birch and hazel with a good number of veteran oak and beech scattered throughout. Eridge Rocks is designated as a site of special scientific interest for its lower plant interest, the mosses, lichens and liverworts. Many are so-called oceanic species normally associated with the mild oceanic climate of western Britain rather than the southeast England. There is a successional sequence among the bryophytes themselves. Lichens are often the first colonisers of the bare rock, and as heavier growth from some of the larger species occurs, it all gets too heavy and peels off, causing the renewal of bare rock habitat ready for the lichens to move in again. Dun dun dun. Over 200 species of lower plant have been recorded at Eridge Rocks. Although difficult to identify, look for different shapes and colours. Look out for these. I will.